Hello, Mr. English is back with you. Today I'm gonna talk about IELTS listening super duper tips. If you follow up these super duper tips, I can be certain you can get 9 bands in IELTS listening module. So tip number 1 is read questions in a skimming pattern. Let me explain what is skimming pattern. While reading the question information, one should only focus on the keywords which are related to the information of a certain thing. So never ever focus on each and every word, rather the relevant word. This is in fact the skimming pattern. And when especially during the reading the question statements in IELTS listening module, skimming pattern should be applied. Tip number 2, that underline or encircle the keyword. It is a must, because while listening to the audio of the IELTS listening, one can only focus on the keywords. One can never keep in mind the whole structure of the sentence. Rather, it's just because of the keywords one can answer the questions. So tip number 3 is fix guess answers in your mind. During practice, you can write down even the guess answers. For example, there should be certainty in the mind of the student that answer is related to any noun. It could be place, a person, a digit, or whatever it is. Tip number 4 is grammar structure should be absolutely clear in the mind of the student, particularly during MCQs. Fill in the blanks. In fill in the blanks, the grammar rules help you out in finding the rightful answer. For example, if you put a right word in the blank, and if you try to convert it into a meaningful pattern, then the grammar structure will help you out while defining that this is the right or appropriate or exact word or otherwise. Tip number 5 is ensure 100% concentration during the IELTS listening module, especially when the recording starts. Even the absence of mind or diversion of thought for a moment will decrease your band. Tip number 6 is follow up questions in line of recording. Whatever the question keywords are there, it should be compared and contrasted with the IELTS recording, because the information is available in the recording. So with the support of the keywords, one can answer the questions. So that harmony should never be dropped. Tip number 7 is if a question is skipped, so never ever get confused. Just keep on following the next questions. I have observed so many students while complaining that their first question was missed and they could not answer the whole section, just because they were aggrieved, they got confused. So never ever do this. Just keep on following the next questions. Tip number 8 is during or while the section interval, one should read the questions of the next sections. For example, if the interval is there that is related to sectional interval, so one can read the questions of section number 2, 3 and 4. This will help you later on, because with the passage of time the sectional interval duration keeps on decreasing and the level of intensity or complication keeps on increasing. So the tip number 9 is prior to the commencement of the next recording, all the question keywords should be in the mind of the student. For example, if the question statements have not been carefully perused, then one can never be certain the answer could be right. And the last tip is, while transferring the answers, couple of things should be in the mind of the student. First of all, it's about the grammar mistakes or spelling mistakes. Sometimes the answers are correct, but because of the spelling mistakes, students are unable to get their desired bands in IELTS listening module. And the second thing is about the small capital order. If there is a common noun, never place a capital word in the beginning of the word. But if there is a proper noun, then just place a capital word, a capital letter in the beginning. So this order should carefully be kept in the mind of the student. So these 10 IELTS listening tips will make you assure to get 9 bands in IELTS listening module. So keep on watching my videos. You will definitely get more than your desired bands. Thank you so much.